Hey class, we are moving on to section 3 of chapter 4. We're going to do a few more solving x and y through different methods. The last section that we just did, we solved x and y with the substitution method, which is kind of hard. Hopefully you got through it. If not, don't hesitate to email me questions. But we're going to do a few more of those, but a little bit easier. So let's start. We are going to solve systems of equations using the addition method. So what we're doing is we're still solving for x and y in a different way using the addition method. So this only works if the two equations have a pair of opposite variable terms. So that means these two either have to be opposite or those two have to be opposite. These two have to be opposite or the y's. Either the x's or the y's have to be opposite numbers of each other. Okay, so like 4 and -4, 8 and -8. If you have opposites, it'll work. Okay, so you just have to make sure that you have opposites. So how do we do this? We add the two equations together, solve for the leftover variable, and then once you get that answer, you insert it into one of the equations to solve for the other variable. Okay, so let's try. So I'm just going to rewrite the problem so I can leave the original alone. Okay, again, this only works if you have opposites, because if we are adding these and we have 4 and -4, which is one of each, technically you subtract, cancels those out. Those are gone. So now I have -3 plus 7. Again, that's one of each. So if you have one of each, you subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. 7 is bigger and it's positive, so it stays. So it's 4y equals 18 plus -26 is one of each again. One of each is subtraction, so we're going to subtract 26 and 18. We get 8. Since the 26 is bigger, it's a -8. Now we have a one-step equation. Divide both sides by 4. Y equals -2. -8 divided by 4 is -2. So by this being eliminated, we can solve for y. And now that we have y, we can insert y in by substitution into either of these and solve. So I'll just put it into the top one. So I have 4x minus 3 times -2 equals 18. Since y is -2, where I saw the y, I put a -2. So I have 4x, -3 times -2 is positive 6 equals your 18. And now I have a two-step equation. Subtract 6, subtract 6. 4x equals 18 minus 6 is 12. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 3. So your final answer is 3, -2. X comes first, y comes second. And that's how you do that. Okay, next one. Gotta look and see if you have opposites that go together. So 8 and -8. So this one can be done. So I have 5x plus 8y equals 75. 7x minus 8y equals -87. Okay, we know that these two are going to cancel out because 8 plus -8 is one of each. Subtract, they're gone. 5 plus 7 is 12x. 75 plus -87, that's one of each again. So we subtract 87, 75, we get 12. Divide both sides by 12, x equals 1. So by eliminating, we can solve for one of the variables. Once you solve for one of the variables, you use that and plug it back into either equation. I'll just put it into the first one. So I have 5 times 1, because x is 1, plus 8y equals 75. 2 off, there we go. And then I have 5 plus 8y equals 75. Oh, this is supposed to be a negative 1. I knew something wasn't right, so then we have negative 5. Okay. Because when I did this 75 and negative 87, 87 was bigger, so it's negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 12 is negative 1. Okay, so that means we're going to add 5. Gives me 80. Divide both sides by 8. Y equals 10. Oops, didn't mean to circle that. So your final answer is negative 1 and 10. So this is your final answer.